Arnold Schwarzenegger, 76, is a bodybuilder, box office icon, bureaucrat, and current billionaire who has portrayed a variety of characters. Schwarzenegger, the Terminator and kindergarten cop star, was raised in a low-income family in the small Austrian village of Thal. Later in life, he learned that his father had been a Nazi party member. Schwarzenegger used his charm and physical prowess to conquer Hollywood and win California's top political office. Along the way, he spun his fame to fortune. According to Forbes estimates, a 76-year-old star is currently worth more than $1 billion. Due to his heavy accent, Arnold Schwarzenegger first had trouble landing acting parts. However, between 1970 and 2019, he produced almost 50 films that brought in $5.5 billion at the box office. In addition, he was among the first to negotiate a share of the profits from his 1988 hit comedy Twins. Schwarzenegger received over $35 million in total revenue, or roughly 20% of gross earnings. In addition, he received roughly $500 million in salary and profit-sharing agreements from his films. From the beginning, Schwarzenegger put his money to work. He used his bodybuilding earnings to buy up apartment buildings in Santa Monica. He claims he was a millionaire before getting any major movie roles in the 1970s as the founding client of celebrity investment firm Main Street Advisors. He also pumped money into private equity and stocks, including shares of Starbucks and Google. By his estimate, he gave up another $200 million in Hollywood income to serve as California's governor from 2003 to 2011. He acquired slightly less than 5% of the privately held Dimension Fund Advisors, the now massive $718 billion investment firm 28 years ago, but not all of his investments have turned out well. In 1991, he partnered with Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis to invest in Planet Hollywood, a themed restaurant chain that peaked in 1996 at a valuation of more than $3 billion before going bankrupt. After 3 years, he also went through an expensive divorce in 2021 from Maria Shriver-Armath, a former newscaster and member of the Kennedy family. It is assumed that the couple did not have a prenuptial agreement and that their assets were divided equally. If they had, Schwarzenegger's net worth may have been over twice that of his present amount. Over the past 3 decades, Arnold Schwarzenegger has been unquestionably one of the biggest TV stars, and his success in Hollywood has brought him wealth. When Arnold Schwarzenegger switched from bodybuilding to acting, he probably had a lot of doubters, but boy, did that move pay off. He is undoubtedly one of the most well-known figures in Hollywood, and he was successful in getting audiences to sit through movies. Due to his strong Austrian accent, Schwarzenegger initially had trouble landing roles. However, after he made his debut, he proved to be a very reliable hitmaker. He has produced almost 50 films throughout his career, grossing $5.5 billion at the box office. Because of his willingness to take chances and make wise business decisions, this has transferred into his fortune. The 76-year-old's current net worth is estimated by Forbes to be $1 billion. In 2016, the Terminator actor stated that when he decided to create his first comedy, Twins, starring Danny DeVito, studio officials were apprehensive. He chose to keep over 20% of gross receipts instead of receiving a wage. As a result of the movie's success, he was able to get $35 million, which was significantly more than his pay for the movie. The studio would never create it again because this turned out to be such a terrific deal for him. Given that Schwarzenegger has starred in over 13 films with box office receipts above $200 million, this would undoubtedly become the norm. With $520,881,154 in revenue, Terminator 2, Judgment Day from 1991 comes in first. The second, which made $440,603,537, was Terminator Genisys 2015. Third place went to another movie in the series, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, which made $433,371,112 at the box office in 2003. True Lies from 1994 was likewise a financial triumph, earning $378 million. With $314,975,955 in revenue, The Expendables 2 comes in fifth place. The actor has acknowledged that despite his achievements in the film industry, his financial success is mostly due to his risk-taking prowess. He wrote conservative bets, the kind that would generate 4% a year, say didn't interest me, in his book Total Recall. I desire large investments that were unique, inventive, and captivating. The bodybuilder, who later became a movie star and governor, has taken some chances and succeeded in making millions of dollars over the years. Arnold Alois Schwarzenegger didn't live a lavish life in Austria, even if he was rich. He was born in 1947 in Thal, where there was no running water in his family's house, thus he spent his childhood taking sponge baths out of a bucket. Arnold's upbringing did not cultivate his warmth and endearing demeanor. During World War II, Gustav Schwarzenegger, his father, served as a military police officer for the Nazis. An aggressive man, he frequently expressed to the cheerful Arnold his doubts about Arnold's paternity. The investments made with Arnold Schwarzenegger's net worth. When Arnold became governor in 2003, we were able to see very well what he had invested in. Based on interviews and publicly accessible data, we must make some assumptions to depict Arnold Schwarzenegger's wealth and investments. Let's examine these asset types and Arnold's investments in more detail. Property. Real estate is where Arnold made his early millions, and he still has a strong affinity for it. He loves it as an investment since he can use his down payment as leverage. In a 2015 Tim Ferriss podcast, Arnold revealed how he became wealthy amid the notorious inflationary decade. The former bodybuilder has more than $46 million in real estate overall. These are a handful of the properties he currently has in his portfolio. Real estate for business. Arnie's movie production company, Ope Productions Incorporated, one of his most valuable possessions, is operated out of the Santa Monica building with around a dozen other tenants. However, don't expect this entrepreneur to pay rent to anybody. The building is owned by Arnold for about $10 million. Arnold collaborated with Store the Limited and developer Georgetown Co. to construct a mall in Columbus, Ohio, as part of his ongoing retail diversification efforts. Based on the current office space pricing of $135.26 per square foot in the area, the building with 1.7 million square feet is estimated to be worth $230 million. We estimate that he owns 50% of the project, or about $115 million, given that he invested with a partner. Dwelling. Despite being divorced in 2021, Arnold and Maria Shriver retained joint ownership of the opulent home they stayed in while on a ski vacation in Sun Valley, Idaho. The couple had an 18,000 square foot custom-built home with an interior design of stone and wood with stunning views of the mountains. His 50% ownership will increase the portfolio's projected value by an additional $11 million to $22 million. After their divorce, Arnold was awarded sole possession of the home he shared with Shriver, and what a home it is. The couple paid $5.1 million for this Brentwood property in 2002, which includes 7 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and a tennis court. In our opinion, Schwarzenegger's property is worth $12 million, as comparable properties in the region currently sell for between $6 million and $15 million. Arnold's companies. Due to his multiple talents, Schwarzenegger has diversified his holdings by engaging in a number of his ventures. 2 of his films, The Last Action Hero 1993 and Aftermath 2017, were produced by Ope Productions. The corporation made $137 million in box office revenue overall, with the 2 movies' combined budgets coming to $95 million. That translates into a profit of almost $42 million. Schwarzenegger's love of sports is celebrated during the Arnold Sports Festival, which features 4 days of contests and fitness activities. Now 1989, the festival has been hosted yearly in Columbus, Ohio, and it has now moved to other countries. Arnold Sports Festivals can be found throughout Europe, Australia, South America, Africa, and the United Kingdom. We calculate that the festival brings in roughly $2 million annually, with an average of 20,000 participants, and the event rights may fetch as much as $10 million. Initial investments. In 2020, Arnold became one of the most famous people who invested in alcohol when he bought some Lobos 1707 tequila. We calculate that he has a 10% ownership share because he rejoined forces with LeBron James and 3 other investors. Although the exact value of Lobos is unknown, we can infer that it is worth roughly 10% of Casamigos tequila, which George Clooney sold for $1 billion in 2017. Arnold's interest is thus valued at roughly $10 million. Arnold claims that his success is a result of being in the right location at the right time. Though he acknowledges the role of luck, he also stresses the significance of completing your assignments, adhering to your strategy, and maintaining focus on the goal. Hard labor and lofty goals are values that Arnold Schwarzenegger upholds. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. See you in the next video.